Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Barify Reviews here, back again with my review for the Roselsa Aurora Ultra. Okay, but before I proceed, I apologize since I'll be clearing my throat for a couple of times like this because I am not feeling well. Okay, and before I proceed, I'd like to thank Roselsa or Rose Techniques, but for their brand recognition, I will always address them as Roselsa kasi ayun yung bagong brand nila for sending this unit to me in exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, para win-win sa ating lahat. Okay? And here is the Roselsa Aurora Ultra. I believe this is one of the newer sets ng Roselsa. By the time I write or publish or upload this review. And this is priced around $43 US. Do take note of that. Okay? And ayun, this is the packaging. As you can see, Roselsa Aurora, designed for music enthusiasts. Yep, some typo there. And ayun, meron siyang pa-bonus na Sound Cocoon ear tips, which is yung patented ear tips ng Roselsa. Okay? Ito yung specifications. As you can see, it uses the super linear planar magnetic driver, which is, as far as I know, katulad siya ng mga MEMS drivers, though correct me if I'm wrong. So hindi siya like yung full-fledged planar driver, but it is still planar driver on how it works actually. Then a topological dynamic diaphragm driver. As far as I know, this is LCP, which is I personally prefer LCP aside sa SPD. Okay? And as you can see, meron siyang Hi-Fi IM cable, the usual 2-pin design, I like that, and the Sound Cocoon, liquid silicone ear tips. And then yung drivers niya. And I got this in a blue colorway. Yung pagka-blue niya reminds me of the color of the logo of my page, which is a good thing, the RFI. Probably, it is intentional, maybe it is not, but it's a nice touch. Okay? So, ito yung accessories na makuha mo when you purchase the Aurora Ultra. Do take note that this is around $43 US or around 2,500 pesos, give or take, sa Philippine money. Yan, you get this case. In my opinion, this is a better case compared dun sa previous nila, in the sense na this is a bit much sturdy and mas secure in my opinion. As you can see, yan, diba? Nawala lang yung pocket dito, but hey, get the point. Ayan yung, diba? Yeah, as you can see. And here's the Sound Cocoon ear tips. Yeah, diba? This is always a nice touch, and these fit me really well. Sobrang stag ng fit neto sa tenga ko. I really like these ear tips. This reminds me of the Asla ear tips, but sabihin natin mas what do you call this? Mas soft siya. But at the same time, as we all know, yung downside ng mga ganitong ear tips is mas prone siya na kapitan ng dumi. Okay? So, there's that. Sound Cocoon, yun yung pangalan ng ear tips nila. And you get a dongle. Yes, an RZ200M. This pairs well with this one. Nagdadagdag to ng a bit of a note weight and slightly mas pinapasmoothen niya yung tunog without compromising sa technicalities and details ng IEM, which is nice. And lastly, yung stock ear tips. Yes, the stock ear tips na usual. These are wide bore. And here are the IEMs itself na naka-liquid silicone ear tips. You can see. And ayun yung cable. Nothing too fancy. Reminds me of the Rose Techniques Star City Pro 5, which an IEM of them actually na I really love. Yung cable neto. And here is the Aurora Ultra. As you can see. They adapted the design of the earlier Shure IEMs before. Probably yung sa Sennheiser din, I believe parang ganito rin yung design niya. Yung the way you fit these in your ear is like Sennheiser. And at the same time, this reminds me of an IEM nung newbie pa ako that I really loved, na hindi ko lang afford kasi mahal pa sa akin noon that time, which was the 10 Mac Pro. I don't know if naabutan yun, but I'll flash a picture here if madaanan. But oh well, ayan yung design niya. So, I had no problems fitting this in my ears, you can see. And ayun yung design niya. Aurora Ultra designed for music enthusiasts, diba? Ayan, medyo ano siya, kapitin nga lang talaga ng dust, but trust me, I soak this in a alcohol every time I use it. Ayan, so you can see, ganda ng design. I do like the blue and the silver finish sa edges ng design. It looks really nice. Ayan, diba? Tapos transparent yung ano niya, yung excuse me, yung innards niya. So you can see, this is also in oval. Yes, in oval ano siya, in oval nozzle. So it isn't really a deal breaker for me in my opinion, pero ayun nga, medyo uncommon siya, and probably some ear tips will have a hard time fitting this in. So there's that. Pero based naman sa experience ko, even the Duno SNS ear tips fits well with these. So wala dapat problem sa inyo din. If I were to nitpick itong Aurora Ultra sa design, in my opinion, they could have gone na parang yung logo lang, do you call this, yung logo lang nung Roselsa yung nandito, tas Aurora Ultra, yun lang, or isang logo dito ng Roselsa, tas dito Aurora Ultra, diba? Yun, probably mas better yung ganon. Okay? Now, when it comes to drivability, again, I had no problems driving this Roselsa Aurora Ultra properly. Kasi may kasama na siyang dongle eh. Even so, kahit wala siyang kasamang dongle, madali lang naman siya i-drive. I mean, most dongles nowadays has a 2 VRMs of power. So, wala ka magiging problem when it comes sa pairing netong IM na to. Walang problem doon or anything. But then again, you do have to take note na these are using the linear planar driver or those MEMS drivers, if you may. So, yes, hindi siya mahirap ma-drive, but at the same time, you may need some a fairly powerful dongle aside sa Apple dongle for you to drive this optimally or properly. Okay, so anong tunog netong Roselsa Aurora Ultra? This caught me by a surprise because the tuning of this IM under $100 is quite uncommon in my opinion. I love the tuning of this one. I personally love it. I personally like it. Dahil ng first time hearing pa lang, and hindi ako makapaniwala up to the point na nag-AB ako agad just to check. Diba? In-AB ko kaagad siya sa Etymotic AR3 SE just to check. Bali, yung tunog na itong Roselsa Aurora Ultra is a mid-centric. Yes, it is a mid-centric neutral sounding IM in my opinion. Na very, very balanced. Ang ganda ng tonal and technical balance niya for the price. Tapos, ayun nga, mid-centric balance siya. Balance mid-centric on some sources na very transparent such as the Tanch Gym Space. It may sound neutral mid-centric most of the time. So, this is a really well-tuned set na hindi ko in-expect na Roselsa can pull off. Kasi, most IEMs ng Roselsa or Rose Techniques, formerly they are Rose Techniques, they usually do balanced, warm V-shape, ayan, yung QTX, tapos yung neutral bright ng QT9 Mark III. Yes, they, as you can see, nandun sila sa, sabihin natin, mga more common types, but this is quite uncommon in my opinion, and they really pull this off well. Sobrang ganda ng no, I'm not sugarcoating or anything. This still has flaws, pero ayun nga, they pulled or they tuned / implemented the Aurora Ultra really well for me to like it and to be one of my top recommendations talaga when it comes sa IEMs under $100 USD. Okay, punta tayo sa bass. Yung bass nito never kumalat. Yes, this is very controlled, very mid-bass focus, actually punchy siya, but at the same time, equal levels halos yung sub-bass niya, so walang kulang. Walang anything na parang hahanapin mo, kulang nito ng ganyan, ganito, ganyan. Unless na lang diehard bass-head fan ka or something. Yes, dun mo mahanap na parang, kulang pa ng bass. I want the chunk of bass, you know. Although, to my personal preferences and at the same time sa preferences ng mga neutral heads or yung mahilig lang sa neutral, this is quite bassy na para sa kanila. Very chunky na nga yung bass eh. Not the same time, nandun pa rin yung details and all. Walang compromise, walang anything. Andun, as in, like, andun lahat. But do take note that this is a 100 USD, 43 USD IEMs, or under 100 US dollars. So, don't expect ng performance / caliber nito na kaya niya makipag toe-to-toe sa 500 USD or 1,000 USD IEMs or even 200 USD IEMs. Will stick sa under 100 USD kasi dun talaga siya nag-excel. Dun siya, kaya niyang tapatan yung mga mas mahal pa sa kanya. Okay? Now, as for the mids definitely is the highlight of this IEM. It is very forward. At the same time, hindi siya thin. Hindi siya manipis. Malinis siya. May, sabihin na natin, may warm of course, pero siguro dahil sa dangle lang yun na pinair. But, for the most part, wala siyang mid-base bleed actually. Sobrang transparent pa rin ang mids niya. At the same time, hindi siya boxy, hindi siya nasally, in my opinion. Maganda yung placement ng mids niya for a mid-centric set. Alam mong forward siya, of course, but at the same time, hindi siya overly done, which is really nice. Only a few IEMs na natatandaan ko before, as far as I remember, it's the TFZ, nakalimutan ko exclusive, TFZ Exclusive 3, in my opinion, nung una ko narinig yun, and I had one of those, is a mid-centric IEM. Para sa akin, yes, mid-centric bright siya though. This one is mid-centric neutral or mid-centric balance. It reminds me of that when it comes to sa execution nila ng mids. It is well done. It is very, very well done. But this is better compared to doon, miles ahead. Dahil kasi control niya lahat. Walang peaks, even sa upper mids, walang peaks, walang harshness. Borderline bright siya, pero I wouldn't call it fatiguing or sibilant at all. Actually, kung mas prone pa sa sibilant yung EW200, if you may surprise na to, or the EPZ-Q1 Pro actually. Mas prone pa yun kasi dito. Ito, nearly nada. Even, I cranked up the volume dun sa Fosi Audio SK02 ko, or even dun sa, ano pa ba, yung sa Rose Celsa din na dongle na kasama ng QTX, wala akong naging problems with it. This is a well done mids. Andun lahat, details, everything. That a mid-centric or someone na mahilig sa mid-centric would dream of. It is a well done. Kudos to Rose Celsa for tuning the mids really well. Okay? Now, as for the treble, yung treble, just like its bass, nakapirmi lang siya. It is balanced, decently extended. Hindi siya super airy, hindi siya like yung airy sparkly na katulad ng mids dahil hindi nga siya forward of course. And at the same time, hindi siya din kulang. Okay, para sa akin as someone na partida, hindi ako, mataas yung tolerance ko sa treble, mataas yung tolerance ko sa sibilance. And pinatry ko rin siya sa iba, wala naman naging problem, wala silang naging comment na the highs are bright or anything. In fact, nakulangan pa nga yung iba kasi nga it is well done, decently extended, not too recessed, not too forward. So it is a good well done, implemented sa treble din. Pero syempre, yung mga mahilig sa bright frequencies, bright upper frequencies, may find it a bit too relaxed. It's probably nga sa iba, mahanap pa nila na lacking in energy. Which I understand kasi hindi naman yun yung forte ng Aurora Ultra in my opinion. It is the mids. Yung mids talaga yung highlight niya. Kasi yung vocals talaga sobrang forward na almost nandidila ng tenga. But hey, that's just me. It can be a good thing or a bad thing. Depende sa preference mo. Pero I can say na hindi siya overly done. Hindi siya overly done. So it is a good thing. Okay? Now, as for the technical performance, of course, this is Rose Celsa / Rose Techniques. They are doing well dito sa sa portion na to. Wala silang tapon dito. Pero medyo iba yung ginawa ng Rose Celsa on this one. It is very different when compared sa Star City 5 Pro. Ng kaunti kasi dito ramdam mo talaga yung height, mataas yung height niya. It gives the impression na parang holographic nga, matangkad yung pader sa taas or yung kisame compared sa yung katulad ng Rose Celsa / Rose Techniques Star City 5 Pro na wide. And now yun, wider than deep, ito deeper and taller than wide. But at the same time, hindi rin naman siya masikip in my opinion. Sakto lang. Sakto yung what do you call this? Sakto lang yung width niya. Pero yung sa height, dun talaga siya bumabawi. It is very, very holographic in my opinion. Oo. Akala ko nga nung una naaning lang ako, but ayun nga, kinumpare ko siya sa flat na IEMs na meron ako dito, yung ER3SE and the Kotori Audiosphere. Pero ganun talaga yung ano niya. Ganun talaga yung soundstage niya. Okay? Now, as for the separation, yung separation and layering niya, it is well done din again. Dahil sobrang linis ng tunog netong Rose Cell sa Aurora Ultra. I had no problems with it again. Actually, katulad lang din siya ng Star City 5 Pro na maganda talaga yung separation and layering. Even sa busiest of the tracks, walang tapon talaga. Okay? Now, as for the technical performance, it is precise. Definitely precise. Mas malinis sa mas malinis pa siya kaysa dun sa what do you call this, dun sa Star City 5 Pro. Pero not by a lot pero pareho silang precise. Mas precise lang to kasi mas sabihin natin mas less accentuated ba yung tamang term yung bass neto compared dun, kasi ito is mid-centric balance or mid-centric neutral most of the time. Okay, saan siya maganda i-compare? Well, ayun nga, na-compare ko na siya sa Star City 5 Pro, which is a balanced or slash warm V-shaped IEM when compared dito. Both of them, I personally like, depende sa pinapakinggan ko. But, nowadays, I'm leaning towards sa Aurora Ultra because of that vocals. Yes, I do love that vocals a lot. Saan pa ba siya maganda i-compare? Sa EW200. Yung EW200 is a, what do you call this? It is a, bright yun U-shape bright. When compared dito, hindi siya U-shape bright. So yun, mas lean siya and at the same time, prone siya sa sibilance and harshness. Well, this one is hindi. And mas malawak yung stage nun in terms of width, but sa height bawi itong Aurora Ultra. Okay, saan siya mas maganda pa i-compare? Sige, isagad natin sa medyo mas mahal na. Sabihin natin yung sa Duno Kima 2. Ayan, isa rin sa favorite ko if I want something dead neutral na maganda. Ang timbre. Yes, they go hand in hand. Pero, ayun nga, if you want something na more relaxed ang tunog and at the same time, hindi mo pinoproblema gano'n yung details but you're into a smooth, rich timbre na neutral lang, na walang kahit anong offensiveness, kahit anong track ilagay mo. Well, yung Duno Kima 2 handles that, but at the same time, hindi siya kasing detailed or kasing technical talaga nitong Aurora Ultra, in my opinion. Both sets are really good and both sets lagi kong ginagamit. And yung within 150 below na USD na IEMs, lagi ko silang ginagamit. Depende sa pinapadala sa akin or usually kahit commute, ginagamit ko both. Syempre, mas convenient lang tong Aurora Ultra kasi mas magaan siya, di hamak when compared dun sa Kima 2. And at the same time, mas sleek yung cable na provided compared dun sa Kima 2. Pero both are, actually, yung cable ng Kima 2 is quite industrial and practical pa when compared dito sa Aurora Ultra. But hey, yung price difference is very, very different din naman So there's that. Okay, so anong verdict ko dito sa Aurora Ultra? Definitely a recommendation. Personal hot recommendation. Top recommendation. If you are looking for an IEM na gusto mong forward talagang vocals, forward ang mids, under $100 and gusto mo yung complete package na, as you can see, complete na yung package niya, ipa-plug and play mo na lang sa gagamitin mong source, whether it be a DAP or a DAC, ikaw bahala, the world is your oyster. The Aurora Ultra does it all actually. Very, very versatile siya despite being a mid-centric neutral or mid-centric balanced IEM. So, ayan, highly recommended. Take it from me as someone na mahilig sa neutral and at the same time mahilig din sa mid-centric nung nagsisimula pa lang ako. So this is a really good throwback to my personal taste before. Iba pa yung sa bass head, pero ayun nga, that's a different story. Yung nung mid-centric days ko ay probably nakontento na siya dito and called it a day. Probably hindi rin siya tumuloy sa hobby na to. So, ayan, there's that. Okay? And now that ends my review for the Roselsa Aurora Ultra. Again, I'd like to thank Roselsa for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Without them, this review won't be possible. Lalo na i-prepare ko dito sa next na i-review ko na product, which is this one. As you can see, the Snow Sky Retro Nano. This is a Bluetooth dongle na gawa ng Snow Sky or FIO apparently. So affiliated ng FIO and Snow Sky. This is their sub brand. So ayun, currently I'm testing it and it really pairs well with the Aurora Ultra. But that is a a video for another time. Probably soon, di ba? Who knows? And see you on the next one.